Hi everyone, Intuitive Edge here. So last night I uploaded a video reading an article from the Washington Examiner regarding a town hall that is set to be coming up in the next couple of weeks or so that's being planned by some members of the Democrat Party in Congress and a professor at Yale. And the subject is aimed at the president's mental health. Now, you can go watch that video if you want to. It was troubling for me as I was reading the article, as you well know if you saw it. And I want to take a look at the president's mental health from an intuitive point of view. So we're going to I wrote out 6 questions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I want to take a look at this. Now, opinions, I have my opinions from last night, as you well know. I got I got kind of hot under the collar, like reading that, just kind of was like, ugh. And, everybody has an opinion. We all have opinions. The people doing this town hall, they have their opinions. And so what is the truth? Sometimes our opinions line up with the truth, sometimes they don't. So what's the truth? I want to take a look at this intuitively and see, where is the president's mental health? Is it a concern? Should we be worried about him? So these are the questions that I wrote out. For one, I just wanted to see, is this town hall actually being planned and worked on? Is this something they're actively doing? Will it come to fruition? Will it come about? Will they actually pull it off? Dr. Bandy Lee, who works at Yale, what is her motivation? Should Americans be concerned about Donald Trump's mental health? Is there cause for concern? Is Dr. Bandy Lee doing a good service for the American public by warning the American public about the president's mental health? And last but not least, is President Donald Trump mentally fit to carry out his duties as President of the United States? And so let's get started. All right, so I just shuffled up the cards and I cut the deck. Here's the first card. We have the Sea Queen. It came in reverse. This is on the question of, is the town hall being planned? Is it in the works? Now, the Sea Queen is about being emotionally strong and forthright. A Sea Queen reverse can be kind of a manipulative person. On whether the town hall is in the works, I think they may be running into some issues. I think they're still working on it, but this feels like there's some type of issue that they're running into with putting it together. Maybe it won't even happen. We'll see. What's the next? The next question is, will the town hall come to fruition? Now I've got the Sea King upright, so I think it will. The first card, there's some type of issue coming, but it's got the Sea Queen and the Sea King next to each other. So looks like it will come about. Dr. Bandy Lee's motivation to do this. Ooh, she's got the intuition card. The High Priestess. Some type of inner motivation behind this on a deeper level. Now, the next question, should Americans be concerned about Donald Trump's mental health? Is there a cause for concern? Now, we have the 10 of fire. It came in reversed. When the card is upright, it is carrying a burden. It is taking on a responsibility or a burden. When it's reversed, it can mean that burden is lifting. The burden is not the heavy burden that it looks like, that it's coming off, being released from a burden. Is there cause for concern? I would say no, but just because that card is a release from a burden. If it was taking on a burden, then that would be like taking on a concern. Okay, number 5. Is Dr. Bandy Lee doing a good service for the American public by warning them about his mental health? Now, we have the consequences card. This card tells us that there's fairness and balance in all things, and things need to be done fairly and within the law. I think, obviously, she thinks she's doing a good service. But then there's the greater consequence, the greater realm, the greater good. And I think she thinks she's doing the right thing. Really interesting. Is Donald Trump mentally fit to carry out his duties as President of the United States? We have the 6 of Earth on this. This is the give and take card. This is like you have a chance to give and others have the chance to receive. This is a give and a receive. In this, I don't see anything that would indicate that he's mentally unfit. I would think if there was like a reversed King of Pentacles, that would cause me concern. The Devil card might cause concern. I don't see that in this card. This is like giving and receiving. This is usually an equitable relationship. I give to you, you give to me, and we get along. That's the essence of that card. Now, anything else we need to know about this? And I got the cat magic. This is the card of the sorcerer. This is using your powers, your inner power, your mind, the power of the mind, the power of inner strength, and using it to manipulate the world around you. And we do have that power. We do have the power in our minds to create by what we think. We really do create our reality. We create what's around us. And we live with those choices and that creation. This is like a step above that with the cat magic card. This is taking what you have, your situation, and manipulating your mind, manipulating yourself, your reality. Underneath this, we have the Sky King reversed, which to me, when I see that, it's like an abuse of power or an abuse of authority. But I think there's something to this. I think I'm gonna shuffle up and do some more work on the question of Dr. Lee, because out of these 7 cards, the 2 major arcana came up on the 2 questions about her. So I think I need to do a video on her, or at least a series of questions just about her, because I think there's something more. I've been feeling it ever since I wrote out these questions. I'm like, there's something else. There's something else here. Her motivation had the High Priestess, and whether she was doing a good service for the public came out as the consequences, Justice card. So I think there's something more to this, and I'm going to take a look at that, and I will let you know what I find out. Okay. So, hey, last night I read an article from the Washington Examiner that was talking about a town hall that's looking to be planned by some Democrats in Congress and with a Yale professor. I did a follow-up video today. I haven't uploaded it yet. It's actually part of this video. So this might seem kind of jumbled, depending on how I put the segments of this video together. But I pulled a bunch of cards, asked a bunch of good questions, and there was just something that was like, I felt like I was missing something. Like there was something that I needed to get to. And so I actually did the video, I put it aside, and like, this is like 8 hours later, and I finally am cooking dinner, and it finally hit me. I know now what question I needed to ask. So, so I'm gonna go ahead and do those right now. And I think this will kind of round out the picture about what we're dealing with and what we're looking at with this, okay? So, here we go. I needed to know about Dr. Lee's intentions, because she had the High Priestess and the Justice card come up on questions about her. Those were major arcanas. Those made me think, wow, what's coming up with this? There was just something there. So here it is. Does she have nefarious intentions? These are the 4 questions I want to pursue with her. Does she truly believe she's doing the right thing? Because I kind of got that impression. I want to look at that again. And what is her heart in all of this? And then, is Dr. Lee, basically, is she a good person? Okay. Now, tarot will tell us, if a person is being sneaky, or if they're being conniving, or if they're being dishonest. Okay. So I pulled the first card. Does she have nefarious intentions? I've got the Fool card. I don't think she has nefarious intentions. Okay. She may be, by some standards of this argument, she may be mistaken. She may be misinformed. But I don't think that with the Fool, this is like you're carefree, you're going along, you're doing your thing. I think she may be, just doesn't understand what's happening with the presidency. I think she's got her worldview, and it may be clouding the way she's seeing reality. She's seeing reality through her lens. And we all have filters. This is how we learn and grow, is we have these filters that tell us this is how the world works. This is how the world is. And when you're insulated in a particular worldview, it can be very hard to see another point of view. And but this tells me her inner motivation, she's not coming from a place of being like evil or twisted or anything, okay? Next question was, does she truly believe she's doing the right thing? She's got the Ace of Pentacles on this. Yes, she does. She truly believes, in my view, that she's doing the right thing. And again, in her worldview, that's the truth for her. That's the truth for her, okay? Now, in the big scheme of things, is that the truth? Well, there's a big truth and there's personal little truth, okay? And they don't always coincide. And this is why I love tarot, because it helps us see the bigger picture and what the real truth is. Oftentimes we get stuck in our little bubble, in our little world, and we don't really see. And if all we have are people around us that reinforce that worldview, how are we going to ever see anything different? Until something happens that kind of jars us out of that worldview. But it's not easy. It's not easy. Oftentimes it takes getting forced out, and then you wake up and go, oh my gosh, how did I not see that? Okay. Next question. What is Dr. Lee's heart in all of this? Now, so I got the Two of Cups reversed. Two of Cups is about partnerships, friendship, love. And perhaps this is like feeling like isolated or broken, or feeling like disconnected or sad, okay? Her heart may be sad over this. She may literally think that the president is such a dangerous person that she's sad over it, okay? again, this is her worldview. This is what I'm feeling, and this is why this was bugging me all day, and it's why I didn't upload the video earlier. Did the video this morning, and I was like, there's something else. There's something else, and so I'm glad I waited. And again, I'm throwing this in somewhere in the mix, so it'll probably look a little jumbled, but all right. Last question I asked: is Dr. Bandy Lee, is she a good person? And look what I got. I have the Four of Wands. As you can see from the picture, it's a happy card. I think basically she's a good person. I don't think she means to, act in a deceitful way, purposefully being deceitful or purposefully being, evil or anything like that. And again, I blame her worldview that personally I think is skewed, that is coloring her outlook and her worldview about the president. And I don't think she's alone in this. I think there's lots of people that have this, that, their worldview is what is reinforced by the talking heads in the media. I blame them, because they're the ones that perpetuate these non-stop, garbage and propaganda about the president being a horrible person. And it's in the news constantly. And unless you just don't want to believe any of that, if that's all you're hearing, and, if you're a good-hearted person and you take people at their word and you don't think that somebody that you trust would ever lie to you or deceive you, then, how are you ever going to know any different? So I have to give her a big break on this, because last night I was pretty upset when I was reading that article. And I was like kind of flying off going, how is this? This is nuts. But you know what? That's the realm of the world that we're in. This is what we're up against, is this worldview that's been constructed for us. And there's a lot of people on the left, on the right, there's a lot of people going, wait a minute, I'm in the Matrix here. This isn't how the world really is. This is all a construction. This is all an illusion. So anyway, yes, I just wanted to clarify this, because I think it was important that her heart, I think, is good and in the right place. But this is the worldview she's coming from. So if any of my subscribers have an opportunity to go to this town hall or listen, maybe somebody can interject something that would help put a chink in that worldview that says, look, maybe your worldview isn't quite lining up with reality. Maybe there's something to what you're saying and seeing about the president that's part of a filter, and it's not really reality. It's not really the truth. So, all right, that's all I have for this video. Thanks for bearing with me through my crazy going off and crazy. I'm just being real, folks. I was real last night, and I'm really glad I waited to do this video. And these 4 cards, all about her, solidify kind of what I all of a sudden went, wow, wait a minute. She's not doing this to be a wrecking ball. Now, there are people who are nefarious out there that want to hurt Trump, okay? And those are the people that I think will suffer the most. Michael Avenatti being one. He is a dastardly guy. And I think that might come back to bite him a little bit, because there's a little bit of malice there, in my opinion. But I don't think this gal is that way, okay? She's just misguided. That's best I can do. All right. Okay, everyone. Thank you. We'll talk to you soon. Intuitive Edge. Bye for now.